And we begin tonight at 6 with the claims Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita made about an attempted rape suspect and the pushback from the Monroe County Sheriff. This is an update to a story that we first brought you yesterday.
Rokita claims the county ignored a request from ICE to hold a suspect in custody. And now that man is charged in a very similar case. Our Ashton Hackman talked with the AG today, joins us live in studio tonight with what he's learned. Ashton?
Yeah. Well, the Monroe County Sheriff Ruben Marte says his agency didn't violate any request from ICE and were not asked to hold that inmate. Attorney General Todd Rokita says the new case should have never happened. Rokita claims the Monroe County Sheriff's Office failed to hold 39-year-old Manuel Lopez in custody for ICE to pick him up. Lopez was charged Tuesday with trying to rape a woman on the Beeline Trail in Bloomington. The new charges are strikingly similar to the charges Lopez faced last July. Lopez pleaded guilty to criminal confinement and was given time served before being released. In a post on X this morning, Rokita claimed ICE made a detainer request for Lopez, but claimed Monroe County didn't honor it. But the sheriff said ICE only asked for a warning before Lopez was released, something the sheriff says they followed, writing, quote, that request was honored and ICE was notified before Lopez was released.
This guy, Lopez, he's the poster child for why we need to have sanctuary city laws in this state, in every state.
Lopez remained in jail for the 222 days between his arrest in July 2024 and his sentencing in February. I reached out to ICE to confirm whether the agency tried to pick up Lopez, but never got a response. When asked, Rokita was unable to confirm either.
We have a guy that was already arrested and convicted, pleaded guilty to violent crime against women, and now has done the same thing again.
Under a new Indiana law that took effect July 1st, sheriff or jail staff are required to alert ICE if they have probable cause a person is in the country illegally. Rokita was already suing the Monroe County Sheriff's Office for the county's old immigration policy, one the sheriff says was updated on June 10th to meet the new Indiana requirements.
But a new policy doesn't mean a correct policy. A new policy necessarily doesn't mean a compliant policy.
A policy now left to the courts as an alleged repeat offender remains in jail. Now, Rokita said ICE will likely put a detainer request on this new case. In the meantime, Lopez is set to be back in court for a bail review hearing that's set for July 17th.
Officially 90 degrees for a high in Indianapolis today. We're down to 89, 86 Kokomo and Muncie, 87 Shelbyville, and we have 86 degrees in Columbus. It's going to be a warm evening, temperatures staying in the 80s. Also still the chance of a pop-up downpour or rumble of thunder. There is one that we've been keeping an eye on. It is continuing to weaken as it pushes now just south of Nashville, covering the southern sections of Brown County. Coming downtown for some baseball at Victory Field. It's going to be a warm evening, 7:05 first pitch. Temperatures will still be in the upper 80s, still in the mid 80s by the ninth inning. So definitely a warm evening underway. We are back to 90 degrees on Friday and again on Saturday. What you don't see here, storm chances. They'll be on the increase. A storm or two tomorrow afternoon. A few more storms in that Saturday forecast. I'll have the full weekend outlook in just minutes.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit, Angela. Thanks. Food trucks are part of the late night scene in downtown Indy. They're parked and serving meals sometimes after the bars close for the evening.
But some city leaders say that they're also serving up problems. Alex Almanza talked with a food truck owner right now as talks of an updated food truck ordinance are on the table.
The city is eyeing an updated ordinance to food trucks parked downtown. This after a mass shooting made national headlines, 2 teens killed and several others injured. IMPD and other city leaders were quick to introduce a stricter curfew for kids. After Monday's council meeting, Councilor Robinson bringing the food trucks in the conversation.
Because they're a problem or they're attracting this kind of stuff?
I can't say that. I know that we'll have a proposal coming forward the next few weeks going to address some of the concerns that they have with the food vendors downtown.
IMPD calls them a constant issue. AJ Ruiz calls it a city problem.
And now the city is telling us we have somehow become responsible for them not doing their jobs or for them neglecting the communities that are now, causing the issues.
Ruiz has traveled all over the world, trained at the prestigious Cordon Bleu Culinary School in Paris, and worked in Michelin star kitchens. For him, he says it's a slap in the face for something he worked hard for.
what's the point? We're supposed to be a city that's thriving, and we're supposed to have a vibrant downtown life. And you're saying to take away the food options and to take away kind of the vibe and all the good things that make a city a city.
Ruiz says he's not in the business of serving up crime, so he hopes city leaders can go back to the drawing board and address the root cause.
If I'm going to keep doing this, I'm going to do it the way that I originally wanted to do it, and that is creating this space, and that is helping out the organizations that are needing it the most right now.
He says he's weathered a pandemic and several other pitfalls and will find a way to get through this one. In Indianapolis, Alex Almanza, 13 News.
City leaders are telling us that ordinance right now is in the conversation stages. We'll let you know just as soon as we learn more.
Tonight, a 12-year-old boy is in the hospital. He was hurt in a boating accident, and now Indiana conservation officers are investigating what happened. This is what we know. It happened near Indiana Beach yesterday in the afternoon on Lake Schaefer, that's northwest of here in White County. The DNR says the boy was tubing behind a boat. When he was trying to get out of the water, he was struck by one of the boat's propellers. He was then airlifted to the hospital. We're told he has significant injuries.
Tonight at 6, an Indianapolis man is now charged with attempted murder, accused of intentionally hitting another man with his car. Police arrested 37-year-old Isaac Vance for his role in a crash that seriously injured another man. This happened last month near 16th and Arlington. That's where IMPD discovered the victim, who they believe had been hit. Vance tonight is charged with attempted murder and aggravated battery. Today, the Indianapolis Fraternal Order of Police had a special surprise for a group of kids promoting peace in our city.
Samantha Johnson shares their mission and how police now are helping with it.
Young Men Inc. is celebrating its 31st Summer Empowerment Camp for boys. They practice and promote peace through education, activity, and faith.
And show them the righteous path to be on.
These young men spent time with police Thursday, and after a violent weekend in Indianapolis where 2 of their peers were shot and killed downtown, the boys say something's got to give.
We see all this stuff on social media and video games, and we think it's normal, and it's too normalized nowadays.
They don't stop when they see guns, they just use it, and they want to hurt people.
And Nehemiah and Sam aren't alone. Each hand is someone they know hurt or killed by violence. So to support the camp for the rest of the summer, the Indy FOP donated $5,000. The check memo reads, "Not today," a slogan borrowed from IMPD East District since 2008, when Officer Jason Fishburne was shot and wounded in the line of duty.
And during that time when he was fighting for his life, even right there on the scene, his fellow officers were shouting words of encouragement to him, and they were saying, "Not today." And what they were telling him is, you can die some other day, but not today.
Giving these kids hope for another day and the courage to say not today to violence. In return, a thumbs up and a smile. In Indianapolis, Samantha Johnson, 13 News.
Still to come tonight, more than 120 people are dead, 160 others still missing after those devastating floods in Texas.
One state leader says that Indiana must learn from the emergency response there. Angela.
Anne Marie, as we look ahead to the weekend, we look ahead to storm chances and a severe threat on Saturday.
And we're getting closer to the WNBA All-Star Game.
We are counting down, and today we have how the host committee is giving back through this court.